At some point, something breaks. An integration stops working, an API key gets rejected, and the first question is what changed? The second question is how do I get it back? Infisical handles this at two levels. The first is secret versioning. Every time a secret is updated, Infisical automatically creates a new version. There's no setup of this, it's always on, and it's free on every plan. If the problem is one bad secret value, you can see all of its past values and roll it back to the previous version with one click. The second level is point-in-time recovery. If the problem is bigger, 5 changes across 3 secrets, and you don't know which one broke things, you can roll back the state of an entire folder. Let's start with secret versioning. Open the secret drawer for DB host by clicking More Options. Scroll down to the version history section. Each version entry shows the version number, the timestamp, and who made the change, with a clickable link to that user's profile. There's also an eye icon on each version. Click to reveal the decrypted value for that specific version. Values aren't preloaded, they're fetched on demand when you click Reveal. So I can see version 1 was localhost, version 2 was dev.db.internal, and version 3 was localhost again. Let's say version 3 and version 1 were different, and version 3 was a mistake, and I need to go back to version 1. On that version entry, there's a restore button. Click it, and Infisical sets the current value to whatever value that previous version held. Now, this doesn't delete anything, it just creates a new version with that restored value. The history is append only, so you always have a full trail of what happened. And if your policy has an approval workflow active, a restore is going to go through the same approval workflow that any other secret change will. It won't apply immediately. We'll talk about setting up approval policies later in the access control module. And one more thing on versions, you can redact the value of any past version. This permanently and irreversibly removes the stored value for that version. Why would you do this? We might want to make sure that the old values aren't persisted anywhere, even in version history. Redaction handles that. A redacted version is going to show this redacted badge with who redacted it and when. You could still technically restore a redacted version, but it restores with an empty value. The original value is gone. And the redaction itself is an audited action, so that will show up in your audit logs. A secret versioning is per secret, but what about the folder as a whole? Again, if you made 5 changes across 3 secrets and you're not sure which one broke something, you don't want to manually restore each value individually. This is where commits and point-in-time recovery come in. If you've used Git before, this will feel familiar. Every change to secrets or folders creates a commit, a snapshot of that folder's state in that moment. From the secrets dashboard, look at the top right area. Each commit shows a commit message describing what changed, who made the change, a relative timestamp, and a unique commit ID. You can search commits by keyword and sort them ascending or descending. Every secret create, update, and delete we've done throughout this course has generated a commit here. Now you may also see commits labeled committed by platform. These are auto-generated by Infisical for automated events like secret rotation. And click into a commit to see exactly what changed. Changes are listed under a commit changes section, one unified list. Items are sorted with deleted items first, then folders, then secrets, all alphabetically. And each item shows a full diff, old value versus new value, along with any changes to comments, tags, or other metadata. We're going to have green indicators for additions, red for deletions, and modifications are going to show both the old and the new value side by side. This is your audit trail. When something breaks and you need to figure out what changed and when, this is where you'll look. And a quick side note, in the single environment dashboard, there's a batch edit mode toggle button. Click it, it turns amber to show it's on, and Infisical remembers your choice between sessions. With this batch mode on, changes are queued instead of saved immediately. Once you have pending changes, a banner shows at the bottom of the screen with 3 options. Discard, which will clear everything, review, opens this review sheet, or save changes. This will commit directly with no message and it'll show as no message in history. So we'll use review if we want to have a commit message. And the review changes sheet organizes pending changes under folders and secret sections. This lets you drop individual changes you don't want and has a commit message field. Save from there and everything lands as one commit. And if you toggle batch mode off while you have unsaved changes, Infisical will ask you if you want to confirm before discarding them. Now there are 2 ways to restore from a commit and they work very differently. The first option is to revert changes. This undoes only the specific changes introduced in that commit. Everything that appears after it stays intact. Now the use case here is you made one bad change yesterday, but everything since then is fine. Revert lets you surgically undo that one commit without touching anything else. A confirmation modal is going to appear. We'll type revert and then we'll click yes, revert changes to proceed. The second option is roll back to this commit. This returns the entire folder to the exact state it was at the time of that commit. Everything that happened after it is discarded. Before it executes, Infisical shows you a full preview of what'll change, secrets to be created, updated, deleted. You also need to enter a restore message. The restore button stays disabled until you do. And there's a restore all child folders checkbox here. By default, a rollback will only affect the current folder. If you check it, the rollback also restores all nested child folders to their state at that commit. And the rollback itself creates a new commit in history. So the rollback is tracked and nothing disappears. Now, the use case here is something went very wrong and you need to get back to a known good state. This is the reset button. After executing, you can see the rollback commit at the top of the history with the commit message I wrote. The folder is back to where it was. And an important detail, rollbacks are folder scoped. Each folder has its own independent timeline. So rolling back the root folder doesn't affect backend, and rolling back backend doesn't affect the root. Unless you checked that restore all child folders, then child folders come along. And the last thing, in project settings, secrets management, there's a version retention setting. This controls how many secret versions Infisical keeps per folder. By default, it's going to be 10, and you can set it anywhere from 1 to 100. Excess versions are automatically going to be pruned at midnight UTC each day. Adjust this based on how much history your team really needs versus storage. That's versioning and point-in-time recovery. Every secret change is versioned automatically. Commits track the state of each folder over time. And if something goes wrong, you can either surgically revert one commit or you can roll the entire folder back to a previous state and time. And this wraps up Module 2. You now know how to organize secrets with environments and folders, avoid duplication with referencing and imports, add metadata with tags and comments, customize values with personal overrides, and recover from mistakes with versioning and rollbacks. Next up is secret sharing, how to share secrets securely with anyone, even people outside your organization.